Are you knackered?
No, Ant, I'm just getting going. When it comes to Spain, us Brits are smitten.
We love Spain!
Lovely, isn't it, Bernard?
Yeah.
I'm with you, Bernard. More and more of us are leaving the cold and grey of the UK for the Costa del Sunshine.
Bish bash bosh.
Living the dream can be hard graft.
I'm panicking, Paul. This is all going very, very wrong.
My cooker just does not seem to be wanting to play ball.
I'm gonna have a heart attack in a minute.
But Costa living can be worth its weight in gold.
I mean, just look at that view. I'm living proof that it works.
Get out here. Party.
That's why there will always be
Sexy bikini.
Absolutely scorching.
Loving life.
bargain-loving Brits in the sun. Today on the Costas, it's chaos on the courts for paddle maestro Mark.
I got some good news and I got some bad news.
Wonderful walking group leader Alan has an important announcement.
Whose Skoda is that?
And hotel manager Grace gets ready for the sale of the century.
We needed to move all of the furniture out of there and all the bakery equipment out of there.
It's early morning over in the foothills of Algorfa on the Costa Blanca.
Oh, OK, perfect. Thank you for letting me know.
Former carer turned hotel manager, 25-year-old Grace from Lincolnshire, is setting up for the day.
I've been here for just under a year now. My dad bought the building back in March 2022, and we've been up and running since August 2022.
Whilst areas of the building have needed renovating, first-time manager Grace has had to think of alternative ways to bring customers into the hotel.
We have game shows, quizzes, we have music acts that come down from Benidorm or around Alicante. We want something for the daytime now, to try and pick up and increase footfall in the daytime.
So today, 25-year-old Grace is holding a pop-up market in the hope of luring the bargain-loving Brits in to spend, spend, spend.
Confirmed we've got 22 stalls. Some more could turn up today. There were some that were lingering around without confirming.
This may be young Grace's first managerial job, but she has big ideas on how to transform the family business.
So we're currently constructing our what was bakery to become a convenience store, creating a lot of dust and rubble. So we needed to move all of the furniture out of there and all the bakery equipment out of there. And the only other place really to store it was here, which has took up quite a big chunk of the restaurant space. And on top of that, it just looks a big mess. Not to mention, I don't want it dropping on anybody's head.
Oh, bloomin' heck, no one needs a bandaged head in this heat, Grace.
Turn the lights on the bakery.
Although Grace is facing a headache, she has to balance already limited space between the market without disrupting her regular diners who came to the cafe.
So the original plan was to have the market stalls go along and around and sort of snake around the room, keeping the tables in the middle for those that are coming to be restaurant and bar guests.
If today goes well, she'll make it a monthly fixture.
Hopefully going to run very smoothly.
Grace is feeling the pressure. Over on the Costa Blanca, it's 9 a.m. and it's already scorchio.
Cold drink.
Oh, bless you.
Nothing like it on a hot day. And a deep dump in the pool.
And cooling off from the baking 30-degree heat are 61-year-old Londoner Mark and his 65-year-old Jersey girl, Jean.
Keep them in the shade. I'm coming in.
If I hadn't come to Spain, I wouldn't have met Mark. So it has to be a good decision, doesn't it?
Got to say that.
Do I need to get out of the way? You're going to die for me?
No, I'm not going to die for you.
Mark and Jean met 12 years ago and it was love, set and match at first sight.
We met through our love of tennis.
Yes.
And we used to play tennis in a club. And here we are today.
And here we are.
Before leaving Blighty, tennis ace Mark represented Essex as a player and a coach before heading to sunny Costa Blanca.
Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Real nice.
Real good tip.
Well done, you. Hello, you. Oh, don't drown me, will you?
Not yet.
I come over here to retire, and then I managed to get involved with this club, teaching a little bit of tennis at the time. And they said, well, do you want to coach paddle? I thought, what the hell's paddle? I didn't have a clue what it was.
Ah, yeah, paddle. I love a little paddle with me armbands and my big rubber ring.
Paddle is a fusion between squash and tennis. It's a complete fusion.
Ah, like a fusion then, Mark. Yes. Paddle uses the glass walls like a squash match, but the scoring of a tennis game.
Cheers, you. All the best.
And Mark's bringing the sport to the Brits in San Miguel.
We started a little pay and play group. That started with 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people become 12, 12 become 16, and that's how it rolled on. And it's become a job, a lifestyle, a very good lifestyle job.
Mark and Jean's life in Spain is about doing the things they love.
Here we go. Take this.
Teaching paddle might mean retirement has had to wait, but Mark wouldn't have it any other way. He has a packed day ahead of him, with a class of 20 people booked for a lesson, followed by a match against his bitter rivals.
I've got to go get my nails done. They're Wimbledon colours. I've had them done especially.
Very nice, Jean. In Spain, paddle is the only game bigger than football.
Right, I'm just going to get my balls out now and... Not literally.
Oh, thank heavens for that. Now you and your balls had better get a move on. You've got a busy day ahead.
Percy, shove off. Come on, off.
Whoa, steady on, John McEnroe. Save that for the court. Coming up, walking group wanderers Alan and Pat gear up for a day they'll never forget.
€4 off you, please, if you wouldn't mind.
And paddle-loving Mark gives his pupils a pummelling.
Gemma, this is you. What's that?
On a baking hot day in the Costas, there's nothing better than escaping your sunbed for a refreshing dip.
That's a good start. Dropped a stick down in the garden.
Yeah.
Over in the wilds of the countryside in Coeen, there's not much escape from that currant bun in the sky.
OK.
Right.
74-year-old Alan from Northampton created and has been running the local walking club for 10 years.
You must be Alberto.
Yeah.
And you must be Nicky.
That's right.
Alan moved to the Costa del Sol with his wife Patricia 23 years ago to enjoy his and hers retirement.
Patricia and I met at a singles night. And she was there with her brother, at the time was a bouncer. And he was with his mate, who was also a bouncer. And there was this little dot between these two big guys with long blonde hair, and I asked her to dance. 6 months later, we got married. And we've now been married for just over 30 years. First time, aye.
Before moving to Spain, Alan worked in the newspaper industry as a managing distributor, and he also ran a karaoke company.
My life here is a lot more fun. It's a lot more relaxed. Back in the UK, the jobs I had were very pressured. There was a lot of stress. In Spain, I'm retired, totally retired. I play golf and I run a walking group. And that's what keeps me happy, and that's what keeps me going. It's good to see you, good to see you. So I want €4 off you, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Just under 10 years ago, I was walking with various people, various friends, and one day we said, I bet other people would enjoy this. We went from 6 people on a walk to 36 people in a walk within a couple of weeks. How many of you got in, Jane?
I'm just taking the... I've forgotten her name with the blonde hair.
Alan and the community he's built don't just walk for the good of their health. For the last decade, they've been raising money for different animal charities across the Costa del Sol.
Since we started raising money for charity, we've now raised over €35,500.
Over the past few years, Alan has had health problems, and today the pensioner has some important news in store for his walking wanderers.
It's called Via Guerra, and it's... Do you know the Toblerone Bridge?
Yeah.
Today's walk is going to be a bit of a special event because I have a rather important announcement to make to everybody. And I'm sure some of them will be quite surprised, but I also have some good news to give everybody as well. It's a white Sandera, like there's no other white Sanderas around here.
It's a surprise a minute with you, mate. You're keeping us on the edge of a cliff here. Get it? Cliff, hiking. Oh, forget it. Over at the racket courts in Baking Orihuela, Alicante,
Morning, Wolfgang.
our ball-smashing duo, Mark and Jean, have arrived at court. Later, competitive Mark has a match booked against rivals. But first, he has a class to teach.
Morning, Junie. How are you?
I'm very well, thank
Oh, you got your best clobber on. I think there's 46 million population in Spain. Something like 6 million play paddle, which is great.
Mark is in his element.
What I'm going to try to do with you guys today, forehand, backhand, and get you off the glass. Just relax, you'll be fine. OK?
Yeah.
And Middlesbrough holidaymakers Jess and Andy are keen students.
We found a paddle court yesterday, then the coach spotted us and actually gave my partner here a quick run through. And he let us know about the lesson today, so we thought, why not?
Why not indeed? Famous folk like Neymar, David Beckham and Messi have all been spotted playing the sport, so you're in good company.
I'm going to start off with you guys, OK? One forehand, one backhand.
In the UK, Mark was regarded as one of the best players in Essex and is a keen model aeroplane enthusiast too. But while his racket skills are ace, he's not so good in other areas.
It's Gemma, isn't it?
Oh, Jess.
Jess. All right, Jess. I'll call you Gemma. You've been Today you've been reborn. You're now Gemma, OK? So, Gemma...
It's definitely Jess, Mark. With the demonstration and the changes of the first names done with, the class of holidaymakers and expats go to work.
That's it. Andy, just take your time now. Don't rush, all right? Nice and fluid. So here you are. That. OK? Good. Right. Gemma, this is you. What's that? Hit through the ball. When you've got beginners, it's hard because you've got to spend a little bit of time trying to correct what they're doing. So, yeah. Yeah, it's going all right. It's all right.
This is only the second time newcomers Andy and Jess, or Gemma, as Mark likes to call her, are picking up a paddle bat.
Now hit through it, hit through it. OK, well done, you. Good.
Oh, and the pair are improving.
Go on. Good girl, well done, you. Andy? Good.
Yesterday was the first time we'd ever picked up a paddle and played, and today we've put it into practice. I think the UK should get more paddle courts, actually.
Many would agree, I'm sure, Andy. There are only 89,000 paddle players in the UK, whereas there are a whopping 6 million in Spain.
Guys, you've got to get in a position before the ball arrives. So you're there, hold. Now bang.
We went really well.
Yeah, I thought it went well.
We had a few more than we were expecting.
Yes.
But yeah, it's good, good.
This one class has brought in €160. Nothing like being paid for doing what you love.
Are you hot?
Martin, you're off the hook.
I'm off the hook. Yeah, I'm off the hook. So I'm reprieved today until 5 o'clock tonight. Then the fun begins. And it does begin.
Oh yes, Mark can't totally relax because later he has to put his paddle where his mouth is. He has a match against the man who taught the tennis ace how to play the sport he teaches.
We just thought, let's...
I just hope nobody sees us doing this.
Yeah, let's
have a picture.
Yeah, we felt quite naughty, actually. this photo was the first time that me and Tony went on a mobility scooter in Benidorm, just for a laugh.
The chariot.
Coming back to the hotel, I think we stopped off for a kebab as well that night.
I think it was more the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's still there. Is it gone, hadn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd gone back then.
The opportunity presented
Yeah.
itself, so we just took it.
We're not normally like that, so.
Is there anything I can do for you?
It's showtime in Algorfa for 25-year-old novice hotelier Grace, as the first of 22 stall holders have descended and started setting up the biggest indoor market the area has seen.
I'll tell you in a minute, we just, yeah... Oh, hang on, street cats need the tables.
Young Grace has joined forces with fellow expats and market organisers Charlotte and Sandra.
She already has a spreadsheet of where she wants everybody, so I'll just let Sandra take the lead and just oversee it and make sure that there's space for customers as well.
And unlike Grace, this isn't our proud Midlander and event organiser Sandra's first rodeo.
We've been doing markets for a good 2 or 3 years.
It's the first big market we've done, isn't it?
It's our first big market. It's Algorfa's first big market.
Yeah. We're feeling a bit nervous. We hope we get the customers. We've put a lot of effort into it.
Algorfa's population is 3,000, so if they all come down, you'll be laughing. Today, the stalls are being rented for free to raise the profile of the market, and all profits are going to the traders. But the market can't affect the running of the hotel and this restaurant.
I love that they're doing it themselves. So long as there's still space for my customers that don't want to partake in the market, I'm more than happy for Sandra to lead. It works really well for me. I'm a terrible leader.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Grace. We've all got to start somewhere. The restaurant's starting to fill up. Between them and the market stall holders, there's not even space for a dog bowl.
We don't want to be bringing tables out from outside, do we?
But Grace wants the market to help, not hinder her business.
Trying not to disturb the customers that are here just wanting a normal breakfast with all the ruckus of the market. I mean, already we're running out of places for people to even sit.
It's a fine balance between keeping her diners and the market happy.
Have we got something we can chuck across them chairs? Just to hide them, like a big throw or a sheet or...
That's going to look even worse. I'm trying to remain calm, because that's obviously what's to be expected when you've got 20+ market stalls trying to set up around a busy restaurant anyway. So I'm trying to remain calm and just run with it.
Over on the dusty plains of Coeen, the sound of 20 pairs of walking boots is in the air. For 10 years, Alan's beloved walking group has been stepping out with people from all walks of life and is still attracting first-timers to the gang.
I'm excited about meeting new people, getting to explore the local area as I'm quite new here. So it's a great way to make new friends.
That's the spirit, Nikki. Although Alan's love of walking in the Costas nearly cost him his health. 7 years ago, whilst out walking with friends, he collapsed.
Have you ever seen an olive tree like this? I mean, literally, you can walk inside it. Everybody thought I'd had a heart attack. My next door neighbour came round. I said, "Can you get me to the clinic, please?" He said, "No, you're going to Malaga." And he rushed me into Malaga Clinico Hospital, where I collapsed in reception. And within 2 minutes, I was on a trolley Within another 2 minutes, I was on a heart monitor, and within 5 minutes, I was in critical care with about 15 medics and medicos around me.
Thankfully, Alan fully recovered, but he does need to take it easy.
Following my heart episode, I was unable to do a lot of the walks that I was doing previously. So I decided to set up a Walking for Wellness group, which was to do flatter walks, not quite as much distance. This then became very, very popular, and in fact, it became more popular than the original group.
Sign me up, Alan.
That's Cohen, actually. Halloween El Grande's over there. That's Cohen.
He's since gone on to do hundreds of walks, introducing tons of people to some of the most stunning sights of Spain.
It's all right, I'm prevaricated at the moment because Paul's having a wee.
Oh dear. Well, keep prevaricating then, Alan.
Oh, look at it.
Nice recovery. I don't think Sheila's noticed.
I'm relatively new to them. I've been on 5 now. This is my 5th. I joined to meet people and because I love hiking. I've made a couple of new friends as well, and we all get along together.
After 10 years, Alan and wife Pat have made a life-changing decision, and Alan's telling his dedicated followers at the end of this walk.
Next Saturday will be the last walk that I will be leading people on, because we are leaving the area and moving 100 kilometres inland to start a new life and a new adventure.
Well, let's just hope Alan can keep it a secret till later. Coming up, Grace's indoor market turns into a motorway pile-up. And walking group bigwig Alan prepares to break his news to his tribe of trekkers.
I got some good news and I got some bad news.
Over in the Rio Grande on the Costa del Sol, walking extraordinaire Alan is out with his loyal group of hot steppers on their hike.
And we keep walking through the countryside until we reach the Rio Grande. That's the river. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. This is the Rio Grande. When we reach the Rio Grande, which is probably going to be dry, there are a couple of boats, and we've never been able to work out why they're there. We think they probably won in Bullseye many years ago. Well done, lads. Let's let the others catch up.
For the past decade, Alan has lovingly built up his group of gallivanters, meeting and walking in the beautiful Costa del Sol countryside twice a month. But today is the end of the road.
Olive oil, I think, probably this year is going to be about the same price as gold. You have an olive ring.
Alan won't be looking at these olive groves for much longer.
Unfortunately, when we get back to the cars at the end of the walk, I'm going to have to make an announcement and tell everybody that I won't be running the group anymore because we are moving out of the area. That's typical, that is, I tell you. Just trying to see where we are. We've just gone past it a bit, and I can't see a bloody thing. Where the hell are we then? All right, come on then, folks, time to go.
The gang have got into the habit of undoing all their good work and heading to the local cafe together after each walk.
I'm in for that sausage and egg sandwich you've said.
Yeah,
I won't be going anywhere.
When we get back to the cars.
Today's trek is a 4-kilometre round trip, and it's absolutely glorious.
Only about another 10 or 15 minutes to go. Whew, it's been a hot one today. Oh, that's very pretty. Towards the end of a walk, it tends to fragment a bit. There's those that want to get ahead, those that are starting to lag a bit, and trying to sort of keep it all together proves a little bit challenging at times.
Back at base, Alan has to finally break the big news to his fellow boot-stomping brethren.
Oh, Terminado. I got some good news and I got some bad news.
Oh.
Some of you might think it's all good news. Next Saturday will be the last walk I do.
Oh.
We've decided to buy a mobile home. And we're moving up to Molina, near Antequera. The best of luck. I really do, sincerely.
And we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. We shall miss you.
I'm going to miss you lot as well.
3 cheers for
Al.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Let's go back and get a sausage sandwich. More upset than I thought I would be, actually. I've been steeling myself for this point for 2 or 3 weeks now since we knew what was going to happen. But when it actually comes, it's a bit emotional. It really is.
Alan may be off to pastures new, but there will be new trails to explore.
I can see myself starting another walking group up later on.
Right, last one to the cafes, buying the butties.
Yeah.
25-year-old Grace is at her hotel, and her indoor market is just about ready to start.
I'll never get a job as a waitress, will I?
If today's experiment is a success and attracts more customers to the hotel's bar and restaurant, Grace will make it a regular event.
It is carnage, isn't it? How are we going to sort this, Grace?
I see what you did there, Sandra.
That would do.
Whose Skoda is that?
That one?
Yeah.
Well, they say they can't move anywhere because of everybody else.
Cars parking outside the hotel instead of in the car park is causing chaos.
If you just get back up there away and then we can let everybody out, you could get the Roses tour bus through there, girl.
Aside from being a stand-in emergency traffic warden, market organiser Sandra, originally from the Midlands, is also a clairvoyant. She should have seen this coming.
Parking angels, help us sort this lot out, please.
I think you're going to need more than parking angels, Sandra.
Oh, I think we might have movement now.
My mistake, they're not messing about.
There's about 60 car parking places round the corner. Well, we can't access them because somebody's parked a car at the garage entrance. It'll be all right on the night, they said.
Back inside, though, the bargain hunters have started arriving for the market. But Dad, Robert, is leaving it to fresh-faced Grace to take the reins.
I've watched Grace being very, very busy today. I've felt for her time. And I don't mind doing chores, put some umbrellas up stuff, but I try to avoid getting involved in serving, because I know when I do it once, they'll be asking me to do it all the time.
After a busy morning setting up, stall holder and organiser Charlotte's having a great time at her clothes boutique store.
This is all like the half price now, that's all the new stuff. It's going really, really well. It's exceeded our expectations. All the stalls that we invited and have turned up, and it looks like everyone's making good sales, and I'm selling a lot of clothes, which is good for me also. It's only, what's the time? 12:30, so we've got a little way to go yet.
Beautiful, Charlotte. The restaurant regulars have also rocked up for their grub.
$4.40, please, by card.
With Dad refusing to be dragged in, Mum Lorraine hasn't been quite so lucky.
Grace got me up at 9 and told me it was 10 and that it was very busy down here, so that I had to get down quick. So I did. And yeah, I haven't stopped since.
Oh, you're a trooper, Lorraine. Dad Robert may not be willing to roll up his sleeves, but he is keeping an eye on the event.
I'm very proud of her. She's doing a very good job. And she's young and she's learning very fast.
And Lee the baker, who makes the bread on site at the hotel, is raising plenty of dough off the market.
This is the busiest it's been since I've been here. Amazing. Amazing.
With plenty people still coming through the doors to browse the stalls and buy meals.
No, not.
Hopefully Grace can keep this pace up. The Costers are known for their value for money and things to do whilst living it up in the sun.
Oh, it's a wonderful place. It's got everything you could possibly need.
It does, but even though there's over 41,000 beds for us Brits to rest our bonces on after a busy day at the beach...
Oh, no sleep. You don't need sleep.
Oh, Tony, I'm an 8-hour minimum man, but here's a hit list of things to do instead of getting your Zs in.
People watching. You've got to people watch. It's amazing watching the people in Benidorm.
There's a guy down there in like a tutu. It's always fun. I get dressed up as one every weekend.
Can't see anything out of the ordinary with that, gents.
Guy walking down the road in a full silver robe with a silver face and a yellow wig with a cup.
Must be very hot.
Even the Tin Man needs a holiday. And someone else taking it easy out of the afternoon heat is expert paddle player Mark.
Welcome to the Bat Cave, or my man cave. This is where my second passion in life is model making, model aircraft.
He's filling his life in Spain with all the things he loves.
I've been doing this for many, many years. Some of the models here I have are about 40 years old. A lot of the models I've got in my garage are models that I've produced 30 years ago.
Model what?
Aircraft. Model aircraft. Sorry, not models.
Nice save, Mark. Jean was worried for a second then.
Tornado there, A-10 tank buster there, American Clipper, which Winston Churchill, I believe, flew over the Atlantic with, but not in the American version, we had a British version. 2 Mirages there, the 747, which is now out of service, or being taken out of service. Still a few of them are flying, I believe, cargo. These are all probably about the same age, but that is definitely, I would say, the oldest one.
He's also got a secret stash he keeps away from wife Jean too.
There they are. Again, some of them they don't make anymore.
Don't worry, Mark, your secret's safe with us.
Aircraft fascinate me. You know, the weight of aircraft here, you know, A380, all that weight, and it gets off the ground with all them passengers. Incredible.
Mark started his hobby when he was 8 years old.
What got me into modern aircraft was my uncle. I went round his house one day and he used to make model tanks. Then he bought me a kit and I started to make a little bit of the model here and there.
He now has hundreds of aeroplanes in his garage.
I'm running out of space in the garage now. I need a bigger garage.
There's no room for a car in our garage.
No, there's no room for a car.
Mark thinks it's the perfect way to calm his mind before getting into a competitive paddle mode.
I just lose myself, I really do.
And just as well, he has a big match later with his biggest paddle rivals.
That's one of my favourite aircraft, I would say, because it's maritime support. Yeah, great aircraft.
Ah, my favourite too.
It's a passion that I've, other than paddle, really. It keeps me occupied and out of trouble.
But there may be trouble ahead. Mark is set to face 2 official rival players from the paddle club, with the winner taking home the local bragging rights.
I'll tidy this up now because later on I've got a match, so I've got no time to do any more of this. So tidy up, get changed, and off we go. Here we go.
All this model aircraft malarkey seems to have done the trick. Hopefully he's now match ready. Place your order over in Coeen.
Sausage and egg sandwich.
Hands up.
Hands up, who wants a sausage and egg sandwich?
7.
Extra brown sauce for me. Alan's just broken the news to his merry band of walkers that after 10 years of leading walks, he and wife Pat are moving nearly 100 kilometres away to Mahina.
I expected to see more tears than that. I'm really disappointed.
Alan's created an expat community and will be missed, so the club's toasting everything he's done with a toasty.
Hey?
Dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Come on, Paul, just one tear will do.
Quite sad, really. I mean, we all get on well with Al. We take the mick out of him sometimes.
It's really sad to hear about Alan and Pat having to move away. He's been really great for this group.
It was really sad, just having met him, that Alan announced that he was moving away.
It will be missed, and Pat.
I imagine that Alan will start a new walking group because you can't take the walking out of him. He just loves the walking.
You really can't. Breakfast done and him and Pat are at it again. Time for another stroll and take in the Costa del Sol before they say adios to the area.
Feel now, Alan?
A bit sad, but life goes on.
Life goes on.
New adventure. New adventure.
It is a new adventure for us now.
Yep, fingers crossed it's all going to work.
Oh, of course it will work.
Yeah.
Hang on a bit, dear.
You speak for yourself.
But
there's a hell of a view from up here.
It's beautiful.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Alan and Pat have been walking the length and breadth of Malaga over the last 10 years.
The end of an era. End of an era. But every 10 years things change. So it's probably time for a change. And that's where we're going to be next week. And we're going to make it work. Between us, we'll make it work. And we'll enjoy it.
Well, I'm sure you will. Best of luck, Alan and Pat, wherever that path takes you. Coming up, Paddle Pro Mark takes on the Swedes. And hotel boss Grace tries to keep calm and carry on.
And it was a lot busier than our usual Saturday afternoon.
It's late in the day, and over at the hotel in Algorfa at Grace's first pop-up market...
Hello.
The hotel is hosting 22 stall holders for a big indoor market, and the people have come out in droves. It's given hotel owner and Grace's dad food for thought.
It's like this every month. Then, yeah, I think it'll be good for the traders and also good for some extra revenue for the restaurant and bar.
That it will do, Robert. And clairvoyant and market organiser Sandra is in good spirits.
They've had a lot of people through, which is great. Great for the area, for them to have somewhere to come that's close to home. And it's nice to bring more people to the hotel, find out about the hotel. There's just a really good vibe around here today. Everybody seems happy. They're all enjoying themselves. I think this is just the start. I think we're going to be bringing people from everywhere.
And even with all that added responsibility, it seems to have brought Grace from behind the bar.
Just had a little explore and gone round the stalls, bought some perfume, had a head massage.
Ooh, look at you. And the market definitely seems to have given the hotel restaurant a boost. Compared to this time last week, it sold twice as much.
What do you think of the day, Grace?
I think it was really successful. We had a lot of people in here that I'd never seen before, so it definitely brought in some new customers. And it was a lot busier than our usual Saturday afternoon, so I was happy with that. There was times where it felt very chaotic and unorganised and stressful, but we get that all the time. We probably get that 3 times a day anyway, where everything happens all at once. It's just the way it goes. I think everybody's happy to come back and do it again, so yeah, I'm happy to make this a monthly thing.
Get in, Grace. The town of Algorfa will be buzzing with their newest market. Well done. Over in Torre de la Horadada, Mark and Jean are back at the club. The time has finally arrived for our paddle-playing Supremo, Mark. The paddle trainer has signed up for a match against the best players in the club, his bitter rivals.
Don't suffer me nerves.
I'll be cheering him on, of course. I'm a bit biased.
It's a doubles match, and the former tennis pro is taking on his opponents in the form of Ulf and Johan.
I think we're going to win today.
Quite confident today.
And like with all athletes, preparation is key for today's grudge match.
We have rest, good lunch, and yeah, a couple of beers, then just It will be a good match.
Yeah.
The perfect preparation for the peak performance of paddle. Mark plans to overthrow the Swedes' prowess by bringing in a 6'4" powerhouse and fellow Brit Dominic. So these lads must be feeling confident.
No. No, not at all. We've got a professional, yeah. We have got a professional. We've got professionals on court today. Absolutely, we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to give it our best shot.
Very British Dom. And they're away with Big Dom to serve first for the Brits. Not since Eurovision has there been such tense competition between these two nations. Oh dear, Mark. A quick swapping of sides and we're back into the game. And the points keep coming in for the Swedish contingent. Scoring in paddle is exactly the same as in tennis. That means the points go up as follows: 15, 30, 40 and game. The Swedes are pummelling Mark and Dom at paddle. And all this hard graft on the court in this scorching heat makes it all worthwhile for Mark.
Over here we're lucky, we've got the climate to play, so it's good. No rain. Well, we do get rain, but not a lot.
But as us Brits know, it's not over till it's over, and Big Dom is fighting back. And another. And another. And another. I can hardly keep up. This is going to the wire with this comeback from the Brits. What a performance, gents, but I have no idea who's won, so help us out, Mark.
The result was we won 6-3.
Get in, lads.
Now we must go back to Sweden to build up our confidence.
You went out there with the team at that?
Yeah, we did.
And it worked?
And it worked. Overall, the day has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We had a good turnout with the coaching. Nice and playing that and winning, which is always a bonus, especially against a guy who taught me, or his coach taught him, who taught me. That was the icing on the cake.
Right, I think it's time to go home, jump in that pool, and then I might even pour you
a nice cold beer. Oh, I've earned that today, I'll tell you.
I think you have.
Oh, smashing. Well done, team. It's a tough life. Next time on the Costas, tour guide Val gets more than she bargained for.
Are we married now, George?
We're engaged.
Ah!
The sky's the limit for blogger Barry and his best friend Helen.
Whoa! Oh, almost got you then.
And style-driven sisters Annabelle and Amelia face a fashion fallout.
We've had another model say that she can't make it.